Not tonight, no. Fighting, we've been fighting for so long now. Tired of trying, cause everything I do is wrong. I open my heart up to you. Now you act like there's an issue. Funny, but I still love you. I just need to know you want me to.
What's up, everybody? We back again for another review of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 5. This is Jay, RealNesters.
And I'm Crystal, RealNesters.
Crystal's feeling a little bit under the weather, but she got up out of her bed to bring you guys this review. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, show her support. She's feeling a little under the weather there. Oh, baby, oh, baby. But let's get into it. Let's go. Where we gonna start at?
Alright, you guys, y'all know this is my show, so I had to come for it. Okay? Let me see. Do we want to? We always start with we always leave the drama to last. Do you want to start with the drama first?
Let's get it.
Let's bust into it.
We're gonna go right to the drama.
We just gonna bust into it because
Hey,
we both took notes.
you got a lot of all this notes.
Oh yeah,
You got
buddy.
a lot of
A lot went down in them DMs.
Matter of fact,
So-
I'm trying to think. I don't really think nothing else really happened with nobody else.
I
on
think
this episode.
Well,
Really?
True. So you want to start? We should start easy first because they quit.
Well, the whole episode is gonna be about Paige and Chris.
So you want to
Yeah.
just go easy first?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, ain't nothing.
I
else really
tried
happened.
I tried to bring you guys the drama first, but the reality
Ain't
of
nothing
it
ever-
is it'll be a set. It'll be like a good movie when you see a movie and it's good, build you up, and then the
Right.
ending suck. So we not gonna do that to y'all. We just gonna start with everybody else.
Last night's show was the Paige and Chris show.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's start with Jacob and Haley.
Jacob and Helen, I got my notes.
Jacob and Haley.
Oh yeah, though Jacob is the one that's always quiet. The guy that said he ain't. Jacob is the one with the big nose. He wanted somebody with a big nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 80s guy.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
easiest
yeah,
way
yeah,
to say it.
Oh yeah.
He was the 80s guy. That's actually not me. I'm back.
Oh yeah, it's me.
So Jacob and Haley, you guys, still no intimacies, like intimacies, none
That's
of
what
that
they
yet.
say.
No, it hasn't. But you can tell that she's willing to put in the effort. Jacob, what I learned from watching last episode is that he's purposely putting all his quirks out there to see if Haley is gonna accept them.
It's real self.
Yeah.
It's real self.
Yeah. So he's bringing her like here's the most quirkiest things about me. Boom. I think he feels like if they can make it through that in the first 8 weeks, then the rest should be easy.
Yeah.
I think both of them are loyal and committed to marriage, so that part will be easy for them once they make the decision to stay together. They will. That was one thing I found. They was very comfortable like with each other.
Yeah. Like
it wasn't awkward. Like you see some couples when they don't have that magic right away, or that like I don't know what you want to call it, like a
instantaneous.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
don't usually have that.
Love at first sight.
Really?
Yeah, love at first
If
sight.
you don't see that, they usually struggle in the process, but they don't seem like they struggling. They seem like they're actually taking it as if somebody introduced them and they're dating.
Yeah.
I feel like they're really dating each other.
Like it was a blind date or something.
Yeah. So they seem very comfortable with each other. Also, there was a scene, we have to talk about it. There was a scene, because y'all know Jacob thing is he only eats eggs and steak. So they went to an aquarium date, very romantic. She seemed really happy, enjoyed it. She's like, yes, this is what I was looking for. And as they're sitting down eating, Jacob decides he's gonna eat a raw onion. And she's like, a raw onion? And he goes, yeah. And he's crunching it up. And then he says, I was about to ask you for a kiss. And she's like, no.
Onion breath.
Yeah, so, like I said, I think that they're really good together. And we shouldn't take it so personal. Like, we have to remember that people's nerves are still out of whack going through this process.
Yeah.
Like, they are human. They made a big commitment that I think they meant well. But actually being with the person and going through the process, you still you have a lot of nervousness, I think.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty cool together. Like I said, I think Jacob's plan is, I'm going to show you all the worst part of me, or what other people think is the worst part of me.
Yeah.
And if we can make it through that, we good.
Yeah. We
So
good to go.
those two so far, I'm still giving a double thumbs up for staying together.
Yeah.
You got nothing to say?
Nah, that's pretty much it with them.
Jacob is not his favorite person.
That's pretty much all.
He's not his favorite person.
He's just boring, you know. Yeah.
He feel like he's
I mean,
boring.
I guess if we probably saw him like if he was like around 5 other friends that all were 80s friends and they all was having an 80s party, you know, he'd be cool. In his element, I think in his element he'll be fun guy. You know, in his element.
So let's go to Claire and Ryan. I think they are the second least drama couple on this show.
Mohawk Man.
Yeah. So we all know that Haley is a flight attendant, aka on the fly all the time. Like her attitude, her personality fits being a flight attendant. She is just ready to go at all times. Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Ryan is more chill, calm, laid back,
organized,
strategic. Yeah. He thinks about everything he's going to do before he does it. So that they are kind of a perfect example of opposites attract, but it still works.
Yeah.
The issue that we really found with these two is the faith issue. They had their date and they talked about she asked him that he wanted to raise his children Christian.
No, in the church.
Yeah, in the church.
In the church.
And of course he's like, yeah, because in his mind, duh. But for her, she's like, oh, but I want them to explore. Here's my issue with that. Have you explored? So that's why you want your kids to explore? Like, come on. People say stuff sometimes and they don't think about what they're saying. You want your child, just because you had not the best experience with your religion, doesn't mean you throw the whole religion away. Yeah. Maybe you just look at it like, can I find a better way to do it?
Yeah.
And like I said, secondly, has she really honestly explored it? If she explored it and she got something else to bring to the table, but people are so funny to me. They have a bad experience growing up and they set in their minds, I'm just not going to do that with my children.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, just because it didn't work out, you think it's a negative thing for you, and it's a negative thought and memory in your mind, doesn't mean the whole thing was wrong. You know, so like people talk about spankings, and I'm going to go there because that's one of the harshest things people like to talk about, right? You don't want your kids to be spanked, but at the same time, kids need to be corrected. Children need to be corrected. Now, whether it's a pop on the bottom or a punch in the face are totally different things.
Yeah.
A punch in the face is abuse. A pop on the bottom, or sometimes in the back of the head, that's not abuse.
Back of the head?
Yeah, sometimes right in the back of the head.
That's abuse too.
In your mind.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, not everybody who got a spanking growing up, it was the end of the world for them. For some people, they will tell you, I was a mischief kid, I was a creative kid, whatever you want to call it, and I deserved it. So anyway, I said all that to say, you cannot give 0 months old to 10-year-old kids a whole bunch of random choices and expect them to grow up to be productive adults.
Yeah.
You're gonna confuse them. That's why we are supposed to train our children, whether it's what they like or what they don't like. But if you find something that you don't like, then you go refill it with something that you do. You don't just go and say, okay, so I don't like this religion, so I'm just going to throw all of them out to my kids.
Yeah.
What are you opening your kids up to? So that's my big deal with her and the religious thing. Like, pipe down. You can't, are you a bad person? No. Do you just not like being told what to do? Yes, but you'll get over it. You have. You're still living, functioning adult. Heck, you're a flight attendant. You got a good job. Shut your mouth. Anyway. I'm sorry. I just don't like when people do that. Brianna and Vincent. The world-class best couple ever. Actually, I think all of them are great so far. I have faith that 4 out of the 5 will stay together. So what got revealed for them by the end of the story is that they had sexy time. In other words, they consummated their marriage, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's always so interesting that the show every year puts a big focus around when people do this. And I think just because the situation is so unique, they met at the altar. But these two are really feeling each other, and both of them,
so far so good.
Yeah, both of them wanted to wait until the right time, and I feel like they were pressured, I guess, by the producers or being around the other people, and they're very focused on each other versus the group that they're hanging out with. You had something?
The only issue came up with them was about the living arrangement after they I guess leave the honeymoon or something. What kind of house they want, a condo.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that came up. They, cause they always say she bossy.
Yeah. Well, that was the issue. She asked him a question: which one did he want to live in? And she listed like 3 spots. And then when he picked one, she was like, "Well, what if I want to do this?" So I get. I mean, but I think with her too. I don't think that was her showing her bossiness. I just think that, they feeling each other out. Yeah.
She wanted to see was he thinking the same way she was before she said anything.
Right. Because some people do that. Like when you got two.
But still though.
If you know a person is. If you got a strong personality and you know your mate is usually go with whatever you say.
But if she do that too many times, that's going to make him turn into a person where I'm not going to suggest nothing because she going to be saying something different anyway, so I'm not going to say nothing. It's whatever. After a certain amount of time, it's going to get to the point where ain't no need me even saying nothing.
I don't think he would punk out like that.
Yeah.
I think that he's a man's man. He going to spoil her and he's going to have fun with her. But I don't think he's going to get to a place where he's going to let her control him. Yeah. I don't think that it's that much love in the world for him.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia.
Yeah, I held them second to last because I want to use them to lead into the Paige and Chris thing.
Okay.
So, for me...
that's the airplane pilot and the alleged alcoholic.
Why we keep saying alleged?
Because you have to, for purposes of video, you have to say alleged.
Well, anyway...
You have to.
Listen, it's not about diagnosing her.
Allegedly.
At the end of the day... we seen her chug a lug, okay? And her makeup sometimes reflect it. That's all I'm going to say.
Like right now they're on vacation, so I think that's why they're getting along. But I think when they get back to living in the house,
in the real life, real world,
they're gonna have some real issues. Because I think initially when they get back, he's not like gonna go straight to work. He's still gonna be off for a while. So it's kind of gonna be the factor of him gone for 15 days of the month ain't gonna really kick in, but. The fact, is he the one that's organized around the house?
Yep.
Okay, now that's going to be the issue with him when she start. So he's going to probably move in, because don't one of them move in one of the other person's place first?
They choose. But
I think he's going to move into her place.
No, I think he's more established. She's going to end up moving in with him. She's probably...
That's going to be where the problem is.
Yeah, because I think she has a roommate. So she's probably gonna, and he's established. He owns his house. He's the pilot.
She has a pet too. They both got pets.
Yep.
That's where I think their problem gonna come in at. Mm-hmm. That's where I think. I don't think that, along with the allegedly issue with the drinking, is gonna combine into a car wreck when they move in together.
Well, I
don't see them making it.
I think I think they are going to make it a past decision date, and then they're not going to make it.
No, I don't.
Because
I don't believe it.
The other issue is, even though he's gone half of the month, it's not 15 consecutive days. It's not like he just gone for straight up 2 weeks. He said it's like 3-day spurts at a time.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's going to be more problems than just that.
Well, I feel like there's a recurring theme throughout these 5 couples. You got the older gentleman versus the younger ladies. You got the nerd versus the free-spirited person. And then you got the one who's like close to OCD, neat and clean, versus a very messy person.
Yeah.
So Eric is more organized in his life, and she's not. She's admitted on this thing that she's 15 minutes late at least every day to work. That doesn't even sound professional in no shape, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? Where I grew up at, being on time is still late. You're supposed to be
early
where you need to be at the moment that the clock ticks at your time. So that was one thing. Taking it. Okay, so they had a whole conversation, and this is why I said she's looking for a problem. He made a joke about being like a jealousy joke. I forgot what he said. Something like
he said, "You can only have girls as friends and gay guys as friends. No guys as friends." And
she got really upset, and she's like, "Oh, you got rules already? Like, calm down, okay? That was not his intention. He was joking around at first, but he was still trying to have a serious conversation." And I think he was saying he had like healthy jealousy, and I don't think that he necessarily meant to use the word jealousy. I think he was explaining to her that he cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't care, if I ain't like you like that, I wouldn't care if you out hanging around with a bunch of guys and stuff.
And the big bombshell that was dropped by Chris last night was that the ex-fiance that he was just with before he came on the show is 6 weeks pregnant with his baby. Now, when it first came out, I guess the producers knew about it, so they were trying to tell him that, you gotta tell your wife that, you can't not tell your wife. So he didn't want to tell her. Then when he finally, they coached him, they finally got him to tell her, he said, "Well, I got some devastating news to tell you, but I really don't want to tell you." So he already got her all crazy and all,
trying to figure out what this thing is.
It's something real devastating. It's going to affect us. I can't tell you though. So she, what would you call it? Anxious, all upset and everything. So finally he decided, after a little bit of coaching and everything, he took her into the bathroom and turned on the shower, turned on the sink, and then told her to take off her mic. And then he told her that, the ex-fiance, who he was just with before he came on the show, was 6 weeks pregnant. And he got a baby on the way. So
can we say a couple of things about this?
Yeah.
Narcissist. I need you to put that up there. Narcissist.
Times 3.
That's what Chris is. Because he builds up the mountain and then he makes it crash. Okay? It is all about him and his world. Because he said it was devastating for him. Like, in her mind, she doesn't know him. So it could have been he just found out he had, a sexually transmitted disease. Like, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
When you just meeting somebody, she don't know what he was doing. So it could have been anything. That's why she's like poaching him, like, what's going on? Like, we're a couple now. If it's affecting you, it's affecting us.
Yeah.
So, his mind was so focused on whatever he claimed he didn't know. There's many, many other people who believe he did know beforehand.
Yeah.
We don't know. We didn't do our research on that because we don't care about Chris that much. No disrespect. It's all, for me, it's all about supporting Paige through this and praying for them. You don't never want a couple to break up. But at the same time, when you see somebody abusing somebody, and y'all might say that's a strong word, but if he's yoking her emotions up and down at his whim, that's kind of abuse, ladies and gentlemen.
Playing her heartstrings.
Yeah, that's kind of abuse. And
emotional abuse.
Yeah, and he ain't even been knowing her that long. It's like, if they were together for years and he was kind of doing it, not saying it's right.
Yeah.
That would be a little different, like, oh, baby, stay with me. But you done told this girl you ain't attracted to her.
Yeah.
So let her be. What you doing? Yeah. But anyway, that was one part. So I feel like Chris is there for the cameras.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, for a smidge of a sentiment of a moment while we was watching it, when he took her in the bathroom to tell her and turned all the water on, turned the cameras off. Honestly, for a smidget of a moment, I thought he did that for her.
Yeah.
Because y'all know what they always got to say about the colored girls' attitudes.
Yeah.
So you never know what kind of reaction she was going to get. So for a smidgen of a moment, I felt like he was like, let us have this personal moment without the cameras.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. You think so?
Yeah.
Just for that moment.
Yeah.
To be honest with you guys, Vincent Face was not feeling it.
Yeah.
He was trying to be a supportive friend, but he wasn't feeling it. I think he smelled BS.
Yeah. Mile away.
Yeah, with that situation. And like, I think Paige is just, she probably feels right now like, somebody's playing a bad joke on her.
Well, she trying to use God as a reason to stay in the situation.
Right, yes.
Like,
I agree with
God
you.
wouldn't throw this at me. And,
If I couldn't bear it, yeah.
And either you could be the other person that look at God and say, well, look, I done gave you all these signs to let you know you need to end it right now before you go
part.
any further.
That part, you want to call her and tell her back.
Yeah,
that part.
She looking at it one way, like,
Right.
well, God is doing this to me for a reason. He wouldn't give me nothing I can bear. And like I said, you can look at it like, look, I done gave you 2-3 warnings, and you still sticking to that. So you get ready. If you don't want to go, then you gonna get 30 years of glutton for punishment, 40 years.
Chris has been trained very well to know what to say under any circumstance.
Yeah.
He says what he needs to say properly to Paige. Once he gets himself together, he goes into acting mode. And he says what he needs to say to her, but the problem is his words have no meaning.
You think he a plant?
Well, go ahead, explain that to the people.
You think he's a paid actor from the show? Because you know every season of somebody, you gotta have the drama. Somebody gotta bring the drama because that's what sells. So you think he's a paid actor?
Well, the other
because basically what Paige is a regular person that was really looking for somebody.
Yeah.
But he could be somebody that was paid, allegedly. You know, we don't know. That's my opinion. That he was paid to go through with this to bring the drama.
I don't think so. I think they just really made a bad choice because if you look at the experts,
I can't wait till they come back. I gotta see what they gotta say.
Where are they, guys? Like
this
usually,
is week 5 episodes in.
Well,
yeah, this is the 5th.
Yeah, but usually they are when big issues like this pop up. They on top of it.
They pop up on them.
Yeah, they on top of it.
They on vacation, so they out of the area now.
No, they video chat with them when they on honeymoons and stuff, and they go through problems. They video chat with them. That is a big issue. Like, where are they when he dropped this bomb?
Yeah.
Where were they to support Paige through this? Like, I understand having the other couples there to support her, but I really feel like Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper needed to know about this situation.
Maybe they so disgusted at how bad a pick they made that they don't even want to say nothing. They so disgusted on how bad it went, how bad this turned out.
The other thing I don't like, and Paige, like, if you ever see this review, we love you, girl, but at the end of the day, we get that you taking the spiritual route, but you cannot put anybody before yourself.
Yeah.
When you're on the airplane, the first thing the instructor instructs you to do is put your mask on first, and then try to put the mask on the person next to you if they need help.
Yeah.
If you don't save yourself, you can't save nobody else.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, everybody was like appalled at the way they were talking. Chris was really upset that Virginia made the comment, well, is the baby yours?
Yeah.
Red flags, okay, everybody? She asked the right question. If all of us are going into this project together, right? None of us know each other. But I'm saying, I'm single, I need to find love, I want to really be with somebody.
Yeah.
How many times over the years of these episodes that people, exes, found out they were going on this show and confessed their dying love?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is no offense to the pregnant ex-fiance, honestly. I don't think Virginia meant it that way. I think she was right, though. How are you so sure that the baby is yours?
Mm-hmm.
And he was so offended. It's mine. So wait a minute. How are you so confident? You know what I'm saying? If y'all was broken up. That's because I told the hubby, my little scenario on it is, I don't believe they were actually broken up.
Yeah.
I believe that they are still very much together, and that he convinced her to let him go on this show so that he could get
a pop-up.
Yes, because remember, he's supposed to be running all of these businesses. He's such a business person. I think he did it for popularity. Because that would be the other reason why. I mean, don't get me wrong. Paige probably shouldn't have told the parents that they had sex. Blah, blah, blah. But I think that's the reason why he was so upset about it, was because he probably made a commitment to his fiance that he was only going on here for the opportunity, and he actually ended up sleeping with Paige.
Now, this is your personal opinion.
This is my personal opinion, honestly, because why are you so you defending somebody who you broke up with? She wasn't good enough to marry.
You don't like the way she looked.
What's going on?
The only thing you like about it is the body.
So, that was one part that was really funny.
Yeah.
And then Eric jumped in and was like, "Listen, you need to look this lady in her eye, treat her right, make her feel important." And he was like, "We need to stop talking about this." Dude, you're on a reality show.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Why you think they put y'all all together at the end of the night?
Yeah.
So y'all can talk about your drama.
Yeah.
Secondly,
drama.
Eric was right. Like, in his mind, okay, this is a situation. They both were just trying to help. I don't think it was nothing wrong with what they were saying. I think in their mind, they was just trying to support the situation.
Yeah.
And basically, Eric was saying, okay, so what? You got a baby on the way, but at the same time, this is who your wife is, so you need to let her know she's important, she's number one. And he's sitting in the corner pouting like a toddler. Like, seriously, Chris, get over yourself, man. You should have never came on television.
Yeah.
You're wrong. All the way. 599.99%. And I feel sorry for any of the women who choose to stay with you, whether it's your ex-fiance, Paige, or a new lady, until you grow the heck up. And that wasn't the word I wanted to use, but I'm gonna keep it classy for the grown folk, okay? But yeah. No, expect me to get the friend. Okay, so that's my review, you guys. Well, it's supposed to be our review, but for some reason, hubby is the one who said, "Babe, let's do our review." And the cat had his tongue. I don't know where that cat at.
Well, you can see all these notes you got.
Hey, don't touch the lady notes. Well, that's because, listen, you guys, I love this show. I love talking about this show. The hubby had a lot to say when we was watching it, but he got on here.
Well, we wanted to go live and do it while we were watching it, because I think you get a whole different reaction too. But we didn't have a chance to go live. But we'll try to get one live, in there while we're watching it. So you make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to post it in our community board when we go live. But we're going to wrap this up right now for this one.
Yes.
Season 8, episode 5?
No. Season 12.
This season 12, episode 5.
He said it right at the beginning. He got a little mixed up when I said Luke and Kate season 8.
Yeah.
He just wanted to
make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
See you on the next video. See you on the next video.
Peace.